I don't know. Have a good day.
Hello everyone, it's story time. Let's not waste time and start right away. I quarreled with my wife and refused to fire the nanny. I live with my wife. We both work full-time jobs and have 3 kids, ages 3, 6 and 7. I used to work from home with flexible hours, but I've been offered a promotion, which requires me to go to work in person. The pay increase is really significant, so my wife and I agreed I should take the promotion and hire a part-time nanny for our kids. I got in touch with a nanny agency and they matched us to someone who lives local. They only told us her first name, which was a really common name anyway, but for the sake of storytelling, we'll say her name's Sarah. I spoke to Sarah on the phone and she seemed really nice. We arranged a day for her to come over and meet my wife and their kids, and for us to show her around the house. When the day came around and we met her, it turned out that my wife already knew Sarah. It was really awkward. I wasn't sure how they knew each other until afterwards. My wife told me that back when she was in high school, her boyfriend at the time cheated on her with Sarah, who was in her class. She wasn't enthusiastic about it, but my wife didn't seem to have a problem with Sarah being our nanny at first. Our kids love her. She has lots of experience and she's available when we need her. After a couple of weeks, with pretty much no issues, my 2 oldest kids come to me and say that they don't want Sarah to come back. I asked them why, and they said she is evil. I ask why they think she is evil, and our 6-year-old starts crying and says that Sarah is mean and wants to hurt mommy. I talked to my wife in private and at first she said she had no idea what the kids were talking about and that must be because of something Sarah did. When I pressed it, my wife admitted that she told the kids that Sarah is evil. She said she knows it was a ridiculous plan, but she was hoping I'd fire her. My wife asked me to fire the nanny because their history makes her uncomfortable. I asked why it wasn't an issue before. My wife said she just needed to think about it and she's decided Sarah has to go. I told my wife that we can find another nanny, but until then, she's no reason to get rid of Sarah, and that she was out of line for trying to weaponize the kids against her when Sarah is no danger to them. My wife disagreed and said that we need to just fire Sarah as soon as possible and hire a temporary babysitter until we can find another nanny. She said that she wasn't weaponizing the kids, she was just setting boundaries. This turned into a really heated argument and I called my wife insecure and controlling and told her she needs to go to therapy. My wife said I'm inconsiderate of her feelings and need to put myself in her shoes. This was one of our biggest arguments in a very long time, and I just want a neutral opinion on whether I was wrong. AITA for arguing with my wife and refusing to fire the nanny. Your wife got cheated on by her ex with a woman who is in your lives and in your kids' lives. The sensible things to do would have been say right away, okay, we'll find someone else. Next story. My ex wanted to pick a fight with me because I let his parents in. My ex has been ignoring his parents ever since he broke off our engagement. They've come by multiple times and he always ignores them and tells me not to open the door. A few days ago he was out when they came over. I opened the door because they usually don't leave for a very long time and I didn't want to listen to them knocking for an hour. When my ex got back, he was visibly annoyed, so I excused myself so they could have some privacy. I could hear them yelling from my room, and once they left, my ex barged into my room to pick a fight with me. For the last few days, he is intentionally being a jerk, even though we agreed to make things as easy as possible until I moved out. He's gone back on all of our agreements and is doing things like walking around the house pretty much naked, even though he knows I don't like it, and walking into my room without knocking whenever he wants to ask me something. Whenever I try to discuss it with him, he claims I started this because I let his parents in. I either for letting my ex's parents in when I knew he was ignoring them on purpose. I get why you let them in, but it's weird that you are not owning that you bulldozed his boundaries. Move out as soon as possible. This situation isn't healthy for any of you. Okay, what do you think about this story? And please don't be silent and write your thoughts in the comments. Story time is over. Thank you for your attention. Please subscribe to our channel and have a good one.
I don't know. Have a good day.